If your legs feel weaker lately, it may have nothing to do with age. In this video, you'll discover 6 overlooked foods that can quietly rebuild your strength, restore your balance, and protect you from the most dangerous thing seniors face after 60, a fall. But here's the truth no one tells you. Most leg weakness in elderly doesn't start with pain. It starts with what's missing on the plate. And correcting it doesn't require expensive supplements or intense exercise. Just a shift in what you choose to eat today. You'll learn how foods for strong legs work from the inside out, how they fight muscle loss after 60, and which nutrients silently control your mobility. But some of these foods might surprise you, because they're not the ones everyone talks about. And they don't just help your legs. They support your independence, your energy, and even your brain. There's a quiet connection between diet, strength, and dignity. And once you see it, you won't look at your meals the same way again. So if you're tired of feeling tired, or worried about a parent who's slowing down, stay with me until the end. Because one of these 6 foods could be the key to reversing that decline. We're not just talking about nutrition. We're talking about protecting your future. And what you'll hear in the next few minutes might be the reason someone walks confidently again. The silent muscle thief. Why leg weakness starts without warning. Maria thought everything was fine, until one morning, getting up from her chair felt oddly harder. She blamed the mattress, maybe her age. But the truth is more subtle. Leg weakness in elderly often starts quietly, without pain, without warning. It's like a thief creeping in unnoticed, slowly stealing strength while life goes on. Most seniors only realize what's happening after a stumble, or worse, a fall. That's when it hits. This isn't just getting older, it's muscle loss after 60, and it's been building up in silence. After 60, the body's ability to rebuild muscle slows down dramatically. The same legs that once powered long walks now struggle with stairs. But here's the catch. It's not just aging, it's lifestyle. Skipping meals, eating the same few foods, sitting for long hours. All of it adds up. This slow-burning decline affects nutrition for elderly muscles more than most people realize. Maria used to think bread and rice were enough, until she noticed her balance shifting and her steps feeling less stable. So if you've been feeling like everyday movements are becoming a challenge, listen closely. It's not random. Your legs are trying to tell you something. And the good news? There's still time to protect them. You don't need to train like an athlete. You need the right knowledge, the right nutrition, and small daily choices. Because the foods you're missing might be the exact ones that can reverse this decline. And that's exactly what we're about to reveal next. Sweet potatoes to salmon. Power food that rebuilds senior legs. You don't need a complicated diet to rebuild strength in your legs. You need the right ingredients. And it starts with what's on your plate. Foods for strong legs aren't exotic or expensive. Think sweet potatoes, rich in potassium for leg strength. Think salmon, packed with omega-3s that reduce joint inflammation and protect aging muscles. These aren't trendy items, they're tools. Maria added them into her week little by little, and within weeks, noticed her knees didn't protest when she stood up from the couch. Collagen-rich foods are another hidden gem. Bone broth, chicken skin, gelatin. These help restore what the body naturally stops producing with age. Collagen is like scaffolding for your joints and muscles. Without it, recovery slows, stiffness sets in, and that creeping leg weakness only grows worse. But with just 1 cup of warm broth a few times a week, you start feeding your muscles and joints from the inside out. Combine that with anti-inflammatory foods for joints, like turmeric or leafy greens, and the shift is even faster. Don't underestimate small choices. Smashed sardines with skin and bones, pumpkin seeds, even the egg yolks many seniors avoid. These are nutrient-dense allies for muscle health. They support aging muscle recovery and reduce elderly balance issues. And when combined consistently, they create a foundation for real change. Maria didn't overhaul her diet overnight, but she did commit to these 6 foods. And that quiet shift set something powerful in motion. Something we'll unpack deeper in just a moment. How inflammation secretly destroys muscle strength after 60. There's something quietly sabotaging seniors' strength every single day, and most don't even see it coming. It's not age. It's inflammation. Chronic, low-grade inflammation builds up over time, especially after 60, weakening the muscles from within. This hidden fire attacks the tissues, slows recovery, and accelerates muscle loss after 60. Maria had no idea that the swelling in her knees wasn't just getting older. It was her body responding to years of hidden dietary triggers and lack of anti-inflammatory foods for joints. The sad truth is that many foods marketed as healthy actually worsen this inflammation. Too much sugar, refined oils, processed meats, they don't just impact heart health. They break down muscle fibers and delay aging muscle recovery. When Maria swapped margarine for olive oil and started using turmeric and ginger in her cooking, she noticed less morning stiffness. These aren't miracles. They're simple shifts that reduce internal stress on the muscles and joints. And it's not just about food. Stress, poor sleep, and even loneliness can increase inflammatory markers that affect leg strength. Seniors often overlook how emotional health connects to physical resilience. That's why lifestyle matters. A short walk in sunlight, a 10-minute chat with a friend, drinking more water. Each of these small actions helps reduce the silent flame that eats away at senior health and independence. And next, we'll talk about what truly makes strong legs matter, far beyond just walking. Why strong legs mean more than just walking. They mean independence. Strong legs aren't just about getting around. They're about freedom. When a senior loses mobility, everything shifts. Routines, confidence, even dignity. Maria used to love walking to the park alone. But after a minor fall near the stairs, something changed. She started avoiding outings. That hesitation wasn't just physical. It was emotional. And this is where elderly balance issues and leg weakness in elderly silently steal what matters most: independence. It's not the distance you can walk. It's the life you stop living when you no longer feel safe. Every fall risk leads to a mental barrier. Seniors begin choosing the couch over a stroll, an elevator over the stairs, staying home instead of visiting friends. This reduced movement creates a vicious cycle. Less use, more muscle loss, even more fear. Prevent falls in seniors isn't just about adding grab bars in the bathroom. It's about nutrition for elderly muscles, staying engaged, and rebuilding confidence step by step. Because the moment you stop trusting your legs, you start shrinking your world. Now imagine reversing that. Imagine Maria, 6 weeks after changing her routine, adding foods for strong legs, moving more intentionally, feeling steady again. She didn't need a gym, just a little consistency, a little belief. Because how to strengthen legs after 60 isn't complicated. It's about showing your body every day that you're still here, still capable. And there's one nutrient that often gets left behind in this journey. One that can quietly rebuild everything from within. One nutrient missing from most seniors' diets, and it's not protein. Everyone talks about protein when it comes to muscle health, but most seniors are missing something even more essential: potassium. It's the silent hero behind muscle contraction, nerve function, and leg strength. Without enough of it, even a well-fed body can feel weak. Maria was eating balanced meals, but still felt her legs trembling during short walks. Her doctor pointed out a simple gap: low potassium levels. 1 banana a day wasn't enough. She needed real potassium for leg strength, from sources like sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, and even white beans. Potassium helps regulate fluid balance and supports the electrical impulses that fire muscle movement. When it's missing, cramps, fatigue, and weakness creep in. For seniors, this becomes a major contributor to elderly balance issues and senior memory decline. Yes, even the brain is affected. That's why foods for strong legs must go beyond protein shakes and lean meats. A senior's plate should look like a color palette: orange sweet potatoes, leafy greens, purple beets, and bright fruits that bring nutrients, flavor, and energy back to the body. And here's what few people tell you. Most seniors are potassium deficient not because they don't eat enough, but because of medications, poor absorption, and years of processed diets. Carlos, Maria's son, only learned this after doing his own research when his mother started stumbling more. He helped her switch to whole, unprocessed meals, rich in nutrients often ignored. That one nutrient made a huge difference. And now it's time we show exactly how to put it all together. Because these 6 foods, they could be the start of a new chapter. She stood by the sink this morning, same slippers, same quiet hum, but this time she didn't reach for support. Her knees held. Her balance felt steady. And all it took was a few small changes on her plate. So now I ask you, what's stopping you from feeling that same shift? What's one food from this list you haven't tried yet? And why not start today? Because memory fades, joints wear down, and independence can slip away quietly. Not from one big moment, but from years of silent loss. One skipped nutrient at a time. But now you know better. You've learned how senior mobility tips, potassium for leg strength, and collagen-rich foods can rebuild your body from the inside out. So what will you do with this? Will you let your strength keep slipping? Or will you take it back? Share this with someone you love, a mother, a friend, a daughter who's starting to feel that same weakness. And subscribe to this channel. Not just for content but for clarity. For real answers. For the kind of truth that doesn't just inform, it transforms. Because what you do with this knowledge, might be the reason someone remembers your name tomorrow and walks toward you without fear.